to see if I can change. It's not this. Okay. We're doing a quick test to see if we can stream from this computer. Is it working? No. Hold on. This is.
Okay, thank you. No, go for it.
Perfect. That was good. Well done. well played. Okay, yeah, that works. How long is your...
5-10 minutes.
Okay. Do you want to go first, since you're already here?
Yeah.
All right. You should just arrive so we need a little time. So if you need a plug. No, I'm on one. Hey, how's it going? Good. Sorry, I wasn't here yesterday. No problem. I'm gonna get Alex to start. Okay. So guys, I'm like, I probably should have told you. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Whenever.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
I'm struggling to get to
there's some tutorials or whatever the
this thing. Yeah.
Okay, Lori, we're good? Lori?
Right on the browser.
We're good?
Yeah.
We can start? Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna get started.
Okay, yeah guys, I'm gonna just talk to you a little bit about the audiogram tool that was built by WMYC and how we in the BBC have taken it and kind of adapted it for our own purposes. So this is a tool that they released last year as an open source project that is kind of built to address the fact that social platforms like Facebook and Twitter kind of massively tend towards featuring video content over other types of content, and trying to find a way of giving producers of audio content a way to take advantage of that. So it's basically just a really kind of targeted tool that lets you take an audio file and generate visualizations for it to produce a video that you can then upload to social platforms. So they created this Medium post about it to announce it, and there's a GIF on their GitHub repo that basically just shows how it works. You upload an audio file, there's a few different themes that you can pick from, you add a caption, and it renders out a visualization with a waveform. So it's really simple. In their version, the themes are defined in code, so if you wanted to add a new theme, you have to kind of go in and edit some JSON or edit some JavaScript to change it. So a little while back, we kind of took their code base and started extending it for our own kind of purposes with things that we wanted to be able to do within the BBC. So I can show you what we've got here. So this is our kind of current deployment of it. So one thing that we knew that we wanted was integration with our kind of production systems. So there's still a file upload to upload a file from your desktop, but it also integrates with some of our production systems. So there's a system called VCS, which is our kind of main audio production system. So we had the ability to just put in an ID from that, and it'll go off and grab that clip and load it up. You can also take a chunk of time out of a kind of broadcast stream. So here we've got a list of all of our kind of different broadcast outputs, different radio stations. So you can go in and say, I want to take from this radio station output from this time to this time, and it'll go and grab that chunk and load it up. So what happens when you upload something? So this works. So you get a preview. of the file in terms of a waveform, and you can go in and kind of create a selection of that. And
the last 2 years in particular, we've doubled our turnover in that.
Find the bit that you want. And then underneath it here, there's a component that mentions subtitles. So another kind of extension that we've done is it takes the audio file and runs it through our speech-to-text engine, which I spoke about yesterday. So that is currently processing that audio, but I actually have one ready. So once it's processed, you get the transcript here, and it's using the same transcript editor that I spoke about yesterday. So you can go in and correct the mistakes or add punctuation, capitalization, and tidy it up. And what it does with that is it generates captions. So along with the waveform and any kind of text that you want to add to the template. So you can add text like that, but you can also add captions. So that, I guess, helps in terms of trying to engage users who might be scrolling past on a social platform. If there's some text kind of scrolling past along with waveform, maybe they're more likely to stop and kind of engage with it. It does kind of raise the question, if you're just making a video with the text in, you could just send them text anyway. And then in terms of the theming, we've kind of extended that as well. So like before, there's a bunch of different themes that you can choose from. Some of them have kind of places to put in captions, bits of text, whatever. And you can change the that's not a good example. Change the aspect ratio. So depending on what platform you want to put the clip on, you can. There we go. Create something square for Instagram, for example. And we've also made it so that you can users can customize the theme in the user interface and also create their own themes. So things like changing where the text appears, what color it is, upload different background images, and things like that. And same goes for customizing the kind of subtitle captions. So it lets our users who work for kind of different brands within the BBC create themes that kind of match their kind of branding really easily, and then they can save those and share them with colleagues. And at the end, you hit generate, and it takes your file and it uses FFmpeg to render out the final video, which you can then download and upload to wherever you want. Lastly, a nice little touch in terms of the kind of development side is we added a kind of analytics, kind of logging kind of Slackbot feature. So every time a user logs in or uploads a file or renders a file, we get a message in the Slack channel. So that kind of lets us monitor who is using the tool and how they're using it, and we can even click through and look at things that they're producing.
This is a test recording audio via the PNG.
That's a good one. So if we kind of noticed that someone was using the tool in a way that we didn't think was optimal, or if they were doing things that we could add as features, or kind of trying to do things that we didn't quite support yet, we could then notice that and add those features instead of waiting for them to come to us to ask for them. And yeah, it's had really good uptake within the BBC. We've got lots of people in lots of different editorial teams using it. They're putting up lots of videos created via it on Facebook that have kind of cumulatively gotten millions of views, which is really great. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And it was pretty. I think it was pretty straightforward to take the WNYC code base and add these features. Our version of it is also open source. A lot of the code is kind of quite specific to our systems, and might not necessarily be something that you could just start running yourself, but it could be useful to see how we've done things and make your own adaptations based on those. Thanks.
Can I ask a question
Yeah.
about the selection of the audio?
Yeah.
Have you thought, I mean, I've been looking at this as well, but have you thought about selecting actual text? Instead of kind of scrubbing along to try and select the wave, actually using the text as a way of indicating.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely make sense.
Is that in there now?
It's not in there now, but it's definitely something that could be added. I think that'd be useful.
The other question was, have you seen this American Life shortcut, which was meant to be released as open source, but never actually
Oh, was it not?
surfaced?
Yeah.
I think they're doing something more about selecting the text as well. I think
Right,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
they want to work.
But that's kind of public facing
Yeah,
to
so
encourage
it's-
social sharing of
Exactly.
bits that.
Exactly, yeah.
There's
It's a
this-
slightly different application of the same technology. That's really good. It's really good that you've seen an uptake on the actual, so it works, kind of.
Yeah, well, it definitely solved a problem that was kind of shared between many different teams in the BBC, and before this existed, people were doing all kinds of things. Like every team was doing it, had a different approach to solving this problem, and people were doing a lot of manual stuff and in Final Cut Pro, and this kind of takes a very kind of streamlined approach to solving the problem. Mm.
If I'm not getting the good one, but it seems like you can select the text.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I
that's pretty cool.
I didn't build this. So.
Yeah.
Just taking credit.